Hello YouTube, this is Dr. Rashad Vance. I want to tell you a little bit about my clothing line called Goal Setter. The name originated behind me writing a book and getting my dissertation. I got my dissertation, I talked about some inner city black male athletes that if they did not play sports, they would not even consider going to college. That was kind of my personal story. If I didn't play sports, I wouldn't consider going to college. I actually went to a trade school to work on cars. But as I started playing sports and got better, I decided to go to college, but I had challenges. I didn't find out until later in my college years I was dyslexic. I was diagnosed with dyslexia at the age of 22. But I just set that personal goal to finish school and get my doctorate degree, and that's kind of how this whole Goal Setter name came about with the clothing line. After getting my doctorate, I decided to win an MMA belt. So it was just a work effort behind that. So I mean, this is the belt. And as I got my belt, I became business savvy, whereas I started doing business. I had a cleaning business and I wasn't making any money doing it. So when I did my taxes, the tax guy said, you need to do a business or something that you already do. And it made sense. When he told me that, I started pretty much a mobile gym with a cargo van, and I started training people in parks and stuff like that. After I did that, the second venture was doing this clothing line, which is called Goal Setter. And as I was training people, I was training a lot of women. Some of the women that I was training, they was actually in fashion school. One of the ladies told me I needed to get a fabric so comfortable that people want to fall asleep in it. And it made sense because I'm a phys ed teacher, which is my primary job. I've been an athlete my whole life. And so the fabric that I like to wear stuff like True Religion, Nike, Under Armour. So my competitive edge is like, well, if they do that, I can beat it. So this book right here, why can't I have a clothing line? As a matter of fact, why can't I do just as good as Nike and Under Armour? I can do it because I've been doing it my whole life. So it's just, I'm not doing nothing different that I already do. And as I was coming up with this clothing line, I was actually working a 50 and over basketball league, part-time for recreation and parks. And when the guys found out that I was this phys ed teacher with a doctorate degree, they told me to read the book called The Boys of Dunbar. This book right here, The Boys of Dunbar, it talks about Muggsy Bogues, which is from Baltimore, but he played basketball with other guys that went to the NBA. And I said, well, in my dissertation, I talked about other guys that if they didn't play sports, they wouldn't even consider going to college, which was my story, but the only difference is I talked about these guys in my dissertation, but I never really gave my own personal story. So my personal story, Goal Setter, that's what the clothing line pretty much is about. And says, if you can see the fabric on my stuff, it's stretchy, nice and stretchy, thick material with a contrast stitching. Just because I've been training women, my own ideas, the stuff I would wear every day anyway, like True Religion, Nike, Under Armour. All I did pretty much was just took all my own ideas and put it in my own clothing line and called Goal Setter. And like I said, I had multiple businesses, and I was cleaning this building called Online Trading Academy around a bunch of rich people. And they knew I was reading books, and they said, well, if you like to read, I need you to read this book called Think Rich, Grow Rich. When I read the book, it was just talking about having a skill. And I said, well, my skill is pretty much in fighting in the martial arts and fitness. I'm a phys ed teacher. So I said, eventually I started to understand it, that I need to do things in fitness. Once I realized that, I started to training people. I started the clothing line. I've had some other things I'm working on. I'm not going to give it all out right now, but that's how the whole name Goal Setter came aboard. And I teach at Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys. I teach all boys in Baltimore City. So I just get them thinking when they tell me what they want to do when they grow up. I always tell them, whatever you want to do, have that skill and master that skill. Be as good in that skill as you can possibly be and branch off from that skill. And that's pretty much how this whole Goal Setter clothing line came about. And I would like everybody to support me. Once you support me, this is going to help me get a gym in Baltimore City so I can just reach more people and train more people. But look for that book, Goal Setter, in stores. It's going to be out probably like in a month from now. It's Dr. Rashad Vance. Please like, share, and subscribe.